Hello everybody, Gary here from Pathways Homestead. I got something I'm struggling with. I'm just going to kind of vent it to the camera and may put it on the channel, may not. But there's this verse in 2 Corinthians where Paul says, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is past and the new is come. And I know that's true, and there's a lot of things in my life since I gave my life to Christ a lot of years ago in my mid-20s that have changed, the old has gone. There's still some of the old that I struggle with, quite a bit of the old, and one of those many things is putting on airs. And I try real hard not to put on airs, and I try real hard not to be arrogant or pretentious. And there's something I've been kind of wanting to do, but I don't know whether it's putting on airs or not, and so I'm just going to kind of vent it here. I used to wear a cowboy hat all the time when I was young. For years, I wore a cowboy hat all the time, and that's just was who I was. And I had horses off and on, and I've had cattle, and I wore a cowboy hat. And several years ago, we were living in a situation, and I was having trouble with my health, and we'd already gotten rid of all our cattle to move to Wyoming, and we're living there, and I just couldn't keep up with taking care of the couple of horses, and so I got rid of my horses. We had to put one down, and traded one off and sent the other one back to my brother, and he still got her. And I quit wearing a cowboy hat. I just felt like I would be a poser to wear a cowboy hat. I wasn't running cattle anymore. I wasn't doing any of that. When I was several years before that, when we had the place in Oklahoma and we were running cattle and had horses, and we were on a family vacation to Branson, and we were in this little store mall thing where all the women and kids were shopping, and my brother and I were just sitting in the corner talking to each other, both of us wearing our Carhartts and our cowboy hats, and a tourist walked up to us and said, are you guys real cowboys? And I remember that we didn't know how to answer that. So I just told him, well, I have cattle and horses, and my brother says, I train horses, I break colts. And so that tourist decided we were real cowboys. It's kind of always stuck with me. What does it say when you wear a hat? What does it say when you wear, something that looks like a profession? And so I've struggled with that. We've got cattle again. But I live in cowboy country. I live in real cowboy country. I've got a few cows, and I've got 10 acres and another 10 acres leased, and I've run a few cattle and buy a few stockers. I live amongst guys that load horses into stock trailers every morning and go take care of hundreds and hundreds of pairs, and spend their whole life moving cattle and riding horses, and genuinely do that for a living. And so I've struggled whether it's putting on airs to wear my cowboy hat again. I've got a palm leaf that I wore in the summer. I still wear it occasionally, especially when we go to Horsemanship Bible Camp and I teach kids to ride horses. I'll still wear it some. If I'm going to be out and blister my ears, sometimes I'll put it on. But my old felt, I've got a dress hat, a good black felt that I will wear to a wedding. If the wedding is themed that way and the bride wants me to, I will wear my dress felt. But just to wear my old Resistol every day, I haven't done that since I got rid of my horses. And I got this hat when I was like 16, I've wore it for years. I wore it the whole time Cindy and I was dating. When we were dating, it was my dress hat. And I wore it when I started raising my kids. And there's a porcupine quill on here from a porcupine that I watched Luke kill. There's a piece of antler button that we found shed hunting up on the Powder River. And yeah, so that's my resistol. That's my felt hat. And I just struggle with whether I want to wear this again. I have a desire to wear it, but when I put it on, I kind of feel like I'm posing a little bit. And guys, one of my desires in life is to be genuine. And I think God calls us to genuinely follow Him. When He walks up to Simon and Peter, or to Simon Peter and to Andrew, and says, "Follow me." That's a deep call of a rabbi to be His student. And I think that Jesus calls us all that way. And I love homesteading, and we grow a garden, and we forage, and we raise our own meat, and we have some calves, and we have some hogs, and we've been building this place up from a bare piece of ground, and I love that lifestyle. I love the genuineness of it. I love the realness of it. And the last thing I would ever want to do is put on airs about it. And I definitely, as a believer, the last thing I'd want to do is put on airs. And so, I've just been struggling with whether to wear this whole hat again or not. I love this hat. This hat is my growing up. And I used to wear it all the time. Some of you that knew me back in my teens and 20s and early 30s, you're going to remember this old hat. And same guy under it, but hopefully God is changing me and helping me to be more genuine. So I'd like to hear some of y'all's opinions. Leave a comment what you think of the hat, what you think of being genuine, what you think of being real. And hope your day is blessed. Have a good day.